Guys, it's Manjo coming back. Super excited for Monday morning. Getting up today was a little physically tough for me. My neck was killing me. That's the only real downside about losing so much weight is I used to sleep in an elevated position with my head basically high so I could breathe. But as I lose weight, I am going for that laying flat, on my back. Only downside is the fact that I'm so used to sleeping in a seated position that laying on my back is just so difficult. So I'm switching between not using a pillow to using a small pillow, and hopefully within this next few weeks I'd be ready to just sleep the way I should have been sleeping to begin with. Not only that, let's see what else is going on this morning. You know what? I feel pretty good. This morning was tough on account of the just my neck killing me. But hey, once I got up and going, had my oatmeal, just simple oatmeal water, boiled it, ate it. Normally I toss in a couple of eggs and some scoops of protein, but not this time. Just wasn't feeling it. Feeling pretty good. Let's see. I decided to write a few things down because I tend to ramble when I'm doing these things, and that's just because that's what I naturally normally do. Downside is I only wrote one thing and I have no idea where I left it, so I'm just gonna go from the top here. Yesterday we did a story on Jessica Yaniv, I believe was her name, and on the surface it looks, you know, pretty bad in the sense that it's a person with male genitals trying to force a woman to wax her genitals when the woman is not comfortable doing so. And I sided with the potential, like I suppose, employee here, and I looked at it from a workers' right perspective, where the worker should have the right to an extent to decide what they do or they want to do, and if they don't feel qualified to do it or just completely refuse to do the job, then they should go to somebody else or someone else should do it. That's the way I approach it. That's the way I saw it, and that's how I'm gonna keep looking at it. Um, but there's a lot more going on here. So as I was looking into the story a little further, you guys were mostly there yesterday. All six of you, thank you. Anyways, we came across at least I came across an article written by this person, Anna Slats. Let me see. Let me just brighten up my screen right here. There we go. It's a little better. In this article, it goes into detail. Alleged. Let's focus on this keyword, alleged. I don't want to accuse anyone of something they did or they didn't do, which is why I'm very hesitant to make this video. But I really think we need to explore this. And then when you look at the update, and you kind of realize that there might be some weight to this, but still, we're not gonna assume that anyone's a criminal until the courts have had their doing. Anyway, so I came across their Twitter account again. I know that the best way to get views, the best way to promote your YouTube channel, Cocoscope channel, is to get some rage bait or whatever. Uh, But as always, it's not your job to be angry. It's not your job to go after somebody like this if there's an issue. If you have any evidence or any problems, take it to the proper authorities, because the last thing you want to do is basically go after an innocent person. So we're looking at this. Let's see. Pretty straightforward. Apparently, the victim of what this person was doing wants to bring them to justice in a pro disturbing sexual behavior towards her, and yeah, that's never good. I feel so dumb having to say that, but you'd be surprised how many people actually you need to be told that. But anyway, so let's see. I want to again praise the courage of this young woman, Hyper Jesser. She saw an injustice and was driven to speak. I also want to encourage anyone who was subject to sexual interference as a minor to contact their local law enforcement. Limits on time often do not apply, and that's good. Limits on time when it comes to these things. A lot of people who are victims of this sort of abuse and violence when they're very, very young, by the time they come to terms with it and are ready to testify, it's years later, and there's always a concern. So that's not a bad idea right there. Let's see what we got. See. Anyways, let's just get straight to the article. I was just having a conversation. This article seems very straightforward. It kind of, I'm not gonna say it comes off as an op-ed, but it's not what I'm used to reading in news articles, or at least the way I am used to reading them. But it's pretty straightforward. A young woman has come forward with serious allegations. Again, keep in mind, allegations. We don't know this could be true or false, but you know. All I'm gonna say is you know. No, I shouldn't say that. Again, just keep in mind this is all allegations. That's it. End of story. Allegations. We're gonna see what these allegations are, and we're just gonna keep moving forward from there. Again, we're not here to pass judgment. We're looking specifically at what is going on. This is not political. This is not social. We're just looking at what we have so far. If tomorrow the information changes completely, then we'll change with it. So, anyways, Yaniv, a male to female transgender, has recently risen to infamy for the Human Rights Tribunal suit she has taken out against 16 estheticians for declining to perform waxing services on her male genitals. While the suits are ongoing, a publication banning Yaniv's name and the content of her case and history was lifted during recent hearings, allowing details of her disturbing past behavior to come to light. Okay, so it seems that maybe there's some sort of recent hearings, content of her case and history. So I guess there might be something more here. I don't fully understand what this part means. Because my question is, what case? What case are you referring to? Are they referring to the previous cases? Was this person accused of something else? Let's keep reading the article. Let's see. 20-year-old Jessica Rumpel of Sammamish, I hope I said that right, Washington State, has disclosed details to the Post Millennial of the encounters with Jessica Yaniv. Rumpel was 14 years old at the time of the interactions, turning 15. So here we go. Well, you gotta have your plugs in there so you can promote your stuff. And oh, before I forget, this is the Post Millennial, and this article is written by Anna Slats, and it was 3 days ago. So not too bad, not too bad. Okay, okay. Winky face, LOL. How old are you again? Smiley face, sticking tongue out. Uh, the only time I've ever asked this question is when somebody's talking to me and I make a reference to something multiple times and they don't get it, and then I have to ask them, dude, how old are you? Uh, the only other time I've had to ask this was a couple years back. Or I just put it blindly. Bluntly, I used to work in education, and we'd have kids from all over the place, and we try to sort them out and stuff like that. Besides that, maybe at bars when somebody's trying to get a free drink, but I don't think I've ever had to ask somebody on the internet how old they are. I don't know why that bothers me so much. But anyways, so let's see. How old are you? 14. I don't know if I should have. Okay, see that right there. No, see this just this little chunk right there. How old are you? 14. I don't know if I should. That's just not right. There's something. This person's up to something not good. It just doesn't look good. Almost 15. IDKKK. I don't. No, 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 no. Why? Because you're young. LOL. This person should have dropped the conversation somewhere before this, because this is leading nowhere good. This is not right. There's something going on here. This person is planning something. Uh, oh, the only other time I had to ask for this was when I was trying to buy a gun for my little sister as a birthday gift. And turns out it's a lot more difficult than you would think. But, anyways, at first I thought, this guy seems to have some kind of mental issue of some sort. She says, I didn't think he was a predator at first, okay? Yaniv made contact with Rumpel through social media sites Ask FM, where people, including those who are anonymous, can ask questions of users, receive answers in short form. Okay, that's a free for all. This is why I'm always afraid of chat rooms, because you never know who you're talking to or how old they are. So I figure it's just best to avoid them at all costs. Rumpel states that Yaniv sent her a series of disturbing questions while anonymous, before adding her to the private messenger application Kik. Kik is known to law enforcement for its notoriously poor protection of children and its routine usage by pedophiles to message each other and their victims. Yeah, that's terrible, but at the end of the day, I do believe that the parent or the guardian should be responsible for what the child sees online. I am well aware of the fact that unfortunately not everybody has parents that should be watching over them, but that's what I really do believe. Uh, and again, that's my honest opinion. If you feel I'm wrong, I'm always open to discussion. I'm always open to hearing out what you have to say. Uh, but it's very unfortunate that this place is what's used to target kids, and law enforcement can't do much about it. But keep in mind, imagine a department with, let's just say, 10,000 police officers in the city of Los Angeles. That's not enough police officers. So at the end of the day, you just can't. You also have to look at who else is supposed to protect the child. But anyway, let's keep going. According to Rumpel, Yaniv allegedly presented himself as a young male in his late 20s and claims that he used pictures of himself when he was younger in the initial conversation. This is just getting creepy. This is an allegation. We don't know if this is true, but this is just getting creepy. From the questions right here, I don't know, because you're young, lol. Uh, I don't know if I should. Oh, my final draft is acting up. Sorry about that. I don't know if I should. Why? Cause you're young. LOL. Yeah, that's just and it's like, look, I'm 29 years old. No, I'm 28. Gonna turn 29. Jesus, I'm getting old. Okay. So I'm 28, turning 29. It's Let's say I were to open up a dating profile and I were to use pictures of my younger self. Nobody would say that's a reasonable thing to do. They'd be like, "Yo, bro, what's going on? What are you thinking? What's going through your head? There's something wrong with what you're trying to do." If this is true, and again, these are allegations, then there is something wrong here. This is not good. This person's up to no good. Anyways, Rumpel states it was sympathy that caused her to continue contact with Yaniv initially. He liked to make himself be the victim. He actually told me he had folliculitis. I gotta look that up. Let's see. What does that mean? And depression. Let's look that up. Is it common in? Okay, so folliculitis. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce it. It's a common skin infection in which hair follicles become inflamed. It's usually caused by bacterial fungal infection. At first, they may look small red bumps with white head, pimples, and follicles. A tiny pot. Okay, see, come on, man. Sorry about that. Actually, I have to look up how to pronounce that. Google Dictionary. How do you pronounce this?
Folliculitis.
Folliculitis. Okay. Good to know. Folliculitis. All right. And depression. Okay. See. Okay. The this person is trying to just win over Rumpel. I guess that's her name. Oh man, this is not looking good. Let's see. Pitying who she thought was an emotionally pained young man, Rumpel maintained some regular contact with Yaniv. I always wanted to be there for anyone who was suffering. See, this is the kindness, and I always tell people that be very. If you're gonna be kind, that's great. Always be kind, but be cautious, because there's always that one person who's gonna try to take advantage of you. So if you're gonna be kind, but please, pretty, please, be cautious. Anyone who needs someone to listen to them, okay? So I always wanted to be there for anyone who was suffering, anyone who needs someone to listen to them. Just like any other 15-year-old girl, she enjoyed having another friend to talk to, but the conversation often took an uncomfortable turn. Yaniv always told me that she uses pads and wants to go into ladies' bathrooms. Yaniv asked me how to go into the ladies' bathrooms without being caught, and then how to be in the bathroom if there's a lot of if there's a lot of women and girls. Rumpel recalled. Yaniv even asked me what stall to go in. Yaniv, wait, what? That makes no sense. What? Why would you ask that? It's like me. Again, it's like me saying, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. The guys' bathroom's locked, so everybody's gotta use the women's restroom now. Which stall do I go into? The one that's available. How is that not obvious? You go to the one that's available. I mean, let's see. Closer and closer. Like, where will I change, and where will she change, or will we change in front of each other? Just ask if you can use her bathroom quickly, or tell her you're gonna go into the bathroom. Can't I change in front of her? LL, I'm not sure who that her is. If you want. LL, would that be okay if I did? Yeah, but might make her uncomfortable. Ask her if it's okay if you can change in the room. Or should I wait to see what she does first? Sure. What do I do about my pads and stuff? Like, I haven't told her. Yeah, then just effing change in the damn bathroom. In the effing hotel. Goddamn room. Wow, this person's now frustrated. I had a stalker in high school and she followed me, believe it or not, a few years after high school. And when she would text me, and she texted from different phones, always from different phones or different numbers. I don't, I got to the point where I would just give her like simple one word responses. I could recognize the frustration. At the same time, it seems like Yaniv is testing the waters. Like, hey, would you be comfortable with this? Without actually asking her the question directly. So there's a lot wrong going. There's not a lot of good coming out of this. Not a lot of good. This is bad. This is really bad. Let's see. According to Rumpel, Yaniv did not identify as a transgender at any point during their interaction. She believed Yaniv simply had a fetish for bathrooms, pads, and girls' clothing, as Yaniv would also begin sending Rumpel worrying messages, including photos of himself in girl jeans, asking for comments and compliments from the then 15-year-old girl. Okay, I'm a dude. In my experience, and from what other guys tell me, rarely do you ever get compliments. I remember I was dating this girl, and she would compliment me, and be like, "Well, what do you want?" Now that I'm losing weight, rarely get compliments, and the compliments that I get are always jumping around the, "Hey man, you look like you're lifting a lot of weights," and that's cool. But point is this: I don't go fishing for compliments, and if I did, I wouldn't go fishing for them from a 15-year-old. That's just weird. If someone were to volunteer a compliment to me, or they, just kind of like, "Hey man, looking good," that's fine, that's cool, whatever. But I'm not gonna go fishing for a 15-year-old compliment. There is something wrong with this person, and I'm really starting to see this person in an extremely negative light, to the point where nothing can redeem them, because I understand they're transgender. That's great, but here's the thing: if you're a male with male genitals and you're menstruating, there's something wrong with you. Men cannot menstruate. That's just how the way it is. You can deny biology all you want for your social and political points, but at the end of the day, what this person is doing is not right. There's something seriously wrong here. Something seriously wrong. And I think it's kind of funny that it almost feels like I'm fighting against the norm when I say that this person, in a sense, was praying for children, on the child. But let's see what else is going on. So, I assuming these are the pictures of Yaniv and girl jeans. Questions. LOL. It's okay. How do they look? They look good. I like how this person's being polite. I really do. But Yaniv is just being creepy, man. It's weird. I'm wearing girl jeans. No, these are what I bought. Okay, sends a link to what they bought. Do they look ugly? No. Good. Eventually, Yaniv's attention is turned overtly sexual. I'm so OMG. Question mark. Hungry? It rhymes with that. Thorny? Happy face. Why are you always so beautiful, Ella? And that's where. Let us assume that Yaniv was born a female with female genitals. Okay, let's just assume that. Let's assume that. Let's assume that. And she was doing the same thing to a 15-year-old girl. You know what she still would be? A pedophile. This doesn't make it right, man or woman. Let us assume I was the one doing that. You wouldn't be like, "Oh, he's just confused. He's just trying to find his new identity." Uh, Even now, the last girl I was dating, yeah, no, I can't think of a situation where I just straight up say that, especially to a stranger. You don't say that to. But hey, as we can really tell from these past few messages, Yaniv's not exactly a looking like a decent, at least allegedly not looking like a decent human being. Keep in mind, all this is allegedly. LL. Did you also ask me if I had big tits, I suppose, and big ass on Anon? No. Oh, okay. The first thing, yes. The second thing, no. LL. Okay. Yaniv called me titty queen and even asked me to marry him, and I was only 15. He said he couldn't wait until I turned 16. I understand age of consent laws. Okay, so one day I might share this story with you guys. Uh, uh, Long story short, I once had a parent run into a classroom crying. I was substituting at a high school, accusing us of not protecting her 18-year-old child who had graduated a year before I even got there. Or, the summer happens and school starts, so I'll go into more detail. But point is, after kids turn, basically after they turn the age of consent, you can't stop them. Okay, that's the truth. You either raised them right or you didn't. Okay, here's the point I'm trying to make about this. Let's use me for an example. Or let's just use me for an example, because again, this is all alleged, and I don't want to keep using Yaniv, but I'm very inclined to always believe the person who's telling me these things. But anyways, let's use me for an example. Let's say Yaniv's age around this time, which is, I don't know. It says right here, 27, and I'm hanging out with some girl who's 15, or let's go with boy who's 15. And I'm just like, I can't wait for you to turn. And apparently here, I'm assuming that 16 would be the age of consent in Canada. Uh, and I tell this dude, oh man, I'm saying all these things, and I can't wait for you to turn the age of 16. It would be, in my opinion, key. And again, I could be wrong. So any people who study this sort of behavior, sexual assault and rape and child grooming, please enlighten me. I may be wrong, but in my opinion, that would be grooming. That would be grooming. That would be a no no. That'd be pretty bad. A whole in the state of California, the age of consent's 18. A whole different thing would be if, like, some dude's just chilling, happens to come across some other chick or whatever, and they start hanging out, they get to know each other. Let's say this guy is 27, and then long story short, finds out that his girlfriend's 18. Well, okay, you can't do much about that, but the story would be completely different if you know he meets this chick when she's 15, and then just grooms her till she's 18. That's again, my point is this: no matter how you try to look at this, Yaniv is not being a very good person. There's a lot going wrong here, and it's very difficult to pass judgment when, according to, and I just forgot the girl's name. Oh crap! What was the girl's name? Rumple. Yaniv called me titty queen and even asked me to marry him when and I was only 15. He said he couldn't wait until I was 16. When Yaniv is doing all these things and then drops that line, I don't know how else I can put it, but I don't think that's a very good thing. That's not a good thing. That's, in a sense, they're trying to prey on this poor kid. And that's not very good. And from the examples I gave, unfortunately, I didn't really express the idea as well as I could have or should have or wanted to. And I'm not gonna go ahead and erase it because I don't want to redo this video again because I just want to get on with my day. But it's not good, man. Yaniv, what were you thinking? Yaniv was born 1987. He is currently 32 at the time of these messages. He would have been 27. Damn it. And that is why you don't put the year you were born in. Can't wait till you're 16. Haha. Why? I already look 16 years old, babes. I'm turning 15 soon. Whoa, I'm turning 15 soon. Did I misread this? Oh, snap. LL, but you're not 16. That means I can't do anything with you. As much as you want that. Happy face, I suppose. Am I right? Nah. It has also been revealed. See, here's the thing. It's the adult's responsibility in this case to really draw the line as much as it is a kid's. Kids are dumb and reckless. And they should obviously be monitored. To a reasonable extent. I admit that. But this person is just tip between the line of basically doing something wrong with this person. Okay. Again, I really feel like I'm not, man, where's that paper? I wrote some stuff down. One thing, but I can't find it. Oh well. So anyways, as has been revealed from the previous exposed conversation, Yaniv often directed his comments towards menstrual stuff, even going as far as to pester Rumpo to ask photos of her used oh my god. Maybe this is a fetish. Probably is. But you don't ask a minor to participate in it. Yeah, I'm gonna take the tampon out. Yeah, and take a pic of it. No. Whatever that is, 030. Please, no. Then I can tell you if you did it right. You're weird, fudge. LOL, please. I have to take a picture of my vagina to do that. No. LOL, just a tampon. What is wrong with you? Yaniv would send Rumso disturbing voice messages in an Elmo voice saying things such as Elmo wants to fudge and Elmo loves can I say would I get kicked off for saying that? Well, you guys can read the message. In the final clip, Yaniv is saying, I love you, Jess Rapunzel, your boobies go up and down. Up and down, up and down. What?
Elmo loves. Elmo loves the dicky. Elmo loves fishes. Elmo loves the pussy. I love you too, Jess Wappa. I love you. You will be go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Take on me, Elmo. Ticka the Elmo. Ticka, 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 ticka.
Okay. Rumple explained that Yaniv had an Elmo character profile as Ask FM and used it to send her questions. At first, she thought it was adorable, but when it became sexual, like with all of the Yaniv's other behavior, she felt uncomfortable, violated. She began responding less and less to Yaniv and sending him defensive messages in an attempt to force him to go away. This is not. Again, back to everything Yaniv is doing. This is Canada, and let's just use California for an example. If and this is the unfortunate reality. It is what it is. If Yaniv was say came out in the news and you found out that Yaniv is 32, yeah, 32, and again California, because I know this is Canada, and age of consent in California is 18, and you find out that Yaniv was is dating some girl, I suppose in this case, who is 18, and they met when she was 18. There's really not much. Actually, I might be wrong there, but there's really not much you can do about it. It's just that's it. End of story. Okay. And a lot of people would probably be right to make criticisms of it. And it probably wouldn't even be newsworthy. That's the truth. It just wouldn't be newsworthy. It'd be like another Hollywood celebrity dating some 18-year-old model or something. It wouldn't be newsworthy. The problem here is Yaniv, in a sense, is basically sending sexually implicit, I suppose, messages to a 14-year-old girl who's turning 15 and then is asking her, saying that they would love to marry her when she turns 16 so she could do things to her that necessarily aren't legal, and then is asking her to send her pictures of her tampons used and very sexually. It's just there's no way you can sit here, look at this, and go, Yaniv is just confused. You can't do that. There's a lot wrong going here. This is one of those things where, oh, so here's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people, I've been reading comments, and there are people defending Yaniv, and I'm not gonna put them up on the thing because I know I'm not a popular YouTuber or Cocoscoper, whatever you call it. I only got what 6 followers on one, 7 on the other, and I get a couple, maybe 30, 40 views on one video and 6 or 7 on the other. But my point is that those people who are coming to the defense and saying, "No, this is a gray area. This is this. This is that." I think they're all knuckleheads and idiots. And last thing I do want is for somebody to do something dumb. Even though I can't control you and I'm not responsible for your actions, but there is no gray area here. Well, you could point to other places. Hey, that's some gray area. What if, from your example, what if you met the girl when she was 17, and then it just so happens that you guys started dating at 18? I'd be like, well, okay, I get what you're saying. I get that's a gray area, but this is not. This is not a gray area. And I realize now how crazy I sound because you guys don't have all the context and all the other articles and comments I've been reading. But this isn't a gray area. This is pretty straightforward. Yaniv was sending this 14, 15-year-old girl freaking sexually, sexual innuendos. You don't do this. You don't do this to a kid who is most likely around this age, 14, 15. That's, yeah, you don't do that. Let's see. Rumsfeld claims that she was left that what was left of her sympathy finally wore off when other girls approached her and claimed Yaniv had treated them in a similar or worse fashion. The girls said Yaniv's comments to Rumple on her Ask FM and tried to warn her. Yaniv told these girls he was 17. Again, this is not looking good for Yaniv. Hey, by the way, it's back to my example. It's like me getting an online pro. Oh, not even that. It's like me going to some chat room, I suppose, some website where I pretend to be 17. I'm younger than Yaniv. I'm 28. I pretend to be 17. Okay. Hey, 17. I'm 17. Yeah, yeah. And then I start sending girls messages like this, while at the same time pretending that I don't know any better. Either Yaniv has a really bad mental disorder, mental illness, or is a predator. And judging from the previous few things I've read, it's not looking good. Again, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I started to call Yaniv out on my Ask FM, and these other girls messaged me and say Yaniv was a liar and broke their hearts. Don't listen to Jonathan. He lied to me and he used me, and he made me believe disgusting things. Don't do it. Look at my Ask feed. It's obvious he's effing fake. OMFFFF. The disease, the disease he has isn't even serious. It's a minor thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. The
Folliculitis.
just sounds like a rash. Again, if you have this, please tell me exactly what's going on. Maybe it causes balding, but I don't know.
Folliculitis.
Folliculitis. I'm gonna start calling my sister that. She's gonna ask me what it means. I'm gonna say I don't know.
Folliculitis.
Anyways, here we go. Don't worry though, he's just a effing attention seeker. I used to be friends with him, and I'm ashamed to tell people that I used to be his friend. He's obviously also faking his depression, which makes me mad at him. Ah, as someone who's depressed, I really hate when people use depression as like a look how cool I am marker, because it's not cool. It's I have a pretty cool life. I have a pretty good life right now. This isn't me bragging. This is the truth. If I really wanted to, I could get a couple grand at hand. Oh, almost 7, 8K. I have practically zero debt besides student loans. I could go anywhere in the world right now. I and I would trade all that away just to not have depression. So it really sucks when people jump on that because they think it's cool. Or I just man, that hurt. Makes me mad at him even more. Don't let the fake ass be a waste to your tears. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. You're not the only one. Rumpel says she learned of Yaniv's impropriety and human rights suit after Yaniv followed her on Twitter. Last week I decided to check who follows me and I found Yaniv. At first I was like, who the heck is this? And then I recognized the last name in that phase. Rumpel also claims she was scared when she learned that Yaniv changed her name to Jessica. I clicked on the profile and saw the proud lesbian photo, and that a lot of people were commenting about Yaniv being a creep. I saw the screenshots they had of Yaniv asking the most disturbing questions. Rumpel said it was this realization that compelled her to come forward. I cannot express my feelings. My thoughts are with the other young girls. Yaniv has done this too. The post millennial reached out to Yaniv for comments who claims no knowledge of who Rumpel was. I'm pretty sure I called her Rapunzel a few times, didn't I? Stating I have no idea what to do. Yaniv then also claimed the messages Rumpel had received may have been from a fake account stating, there has been a lot of fake accounts of me out there and a lot of people trying to put disparaging content out there, so I have no idea who this person is. Okay, back to allegations. Like I said, you guys are gonna probably kick me for this when you see me, but are you ready for something that I did as a teenager to the age of true story? Ready for this? 27? You guys know Facebook? Do you know how many people had access to my Facebook account? I don't. I had so many people who had access to my Facebook account that I was just like, F it. But that's because I didn't take technology seriously back then. You guys know my cell phone? I would lend that out to strangers on the street so they can use. True story. One time I went for a walk, and this lady in this broken down car, this black lady by where this gas station a couple of blocks away from, no, not even, what is it, right next to it, by where my brother lives. She's like, "Oh, excuse me, sir," and I had my phone out. What was I doing? I think this is in music. She's like, "Excuse me, my car broke down. Can I borrow your cell phone?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." I gave it to her. Guess who walked away? I walked away. I kid you not, almost 30 minutes later, some random dude says, "Oh, hey, by the way, so and so wants you to have your phone, wants me to give you your phone." I'm like, "What? You had my phone?" I was really dumb with technology. I admit that. I didn't take it seriously until I started using my phone for other things like work emails and some banking. Point is, so could this be possible? Sure, you can. One time we caught a bunch of students who were using, they were, they had made a fake online profile. I forgot what they were trying to get. Nothing bad, but they were using a real person's pictures, and this could be completely possible. Could it also be possible that somebody hacked their account? Sure. Is it likely? I don't know about that. That's up to the judge and the investigators to decide. However, the post millennial was able to verify that the messages Rumpel received did indeed come from Yaniv's verified, trusted nerd Facebook account. See, and that's it. Keep in mind, all these things are alleged. They're all allegations. One more time, they're all allegations. We don't know if they're true. They could all be false. They could all be a lie. People lie all the time. All the time. All the time. And it's unfortunate. They do, and it's really, really unfortunate. But hey, it's I'm really inclined to believe the young lady Rumple here. It's really unfortunate that this is going on. Where's the other article I was looking at? Oh, and then just to point further to the character of this person, back to the previous comment that we made in the last video, we have a lot of immigrants who gawk, judge, and aren't the cleanest of people. They're also verbally and physically abusive. That's one reason I joined the girls' gym, because I don't want issues with these people. They lie about crap. They'll do anything to support their own kind and make things miserable for everyone. That's pretty xenophobic of you. Point I'm trying to make is that a lot of the evidence here doesn't look good. Doesn't look good on Yaniv. It's just not good. Let's see. It'll get worse though. Yaniv is also seeking permission from a Canadian local council to hold 3 topless swims for people ages 12 and up, and parents would be barred from attending. Why? Why? Is anyone else getting frustrated here? One thing is like, what are those nudist communities are like? Hey, we're gonna rent out this pool and we're gonna have ourselves a topless beach party. Well, okay, whatever. Or freaking college movies where, well, no, I think that's just more hyperbolic now. But college movies where they have a topless pool scene, or a bunch of friends, and but why that? How is no one calling her out on this? Is somebody calling her out on this? I feel like I'm screaming into a microphone because I am. What 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 what? The swim would be for children who identify as LGBTQ2S+ and would include topless girls. I don't care who it would be for. I don't care. Ready for this, people listening out there, my 6 listeners? Ready for this? Just because someone is L, which I assume means lesbian, G, which I assume means gay, B, which I assume means bisexual, T is transsexual, Q is queer, and I don't know what the 2, the S, or the plus mean, okay? Starting to look like a math formula to me. Doesn't mean they feel comfortable being topless amongst other LGBTQ2 plus S plus S plus. Now it's starting to sound like a car the more I say it. Nissan Versa S plus. Mustang S plus. But anyways, it doesn't make it okay. Guess what? There's this really, and I don't know if this stereotype is still popular amongst whatever communities, but there seems to often be this. Let's focus on bisexual. I dated this girl who was bisexual, very beautiful young lady, and she told me that she was really annoyed at the fact that men and women who she dated felt like she was very free sexually and would be more than happy to introduce another partner. And she was like, "I'm not like that." Point is, not everybody over the age of consent or over the age of 18 would be comfortable with this, no matter what group they are. And there is something extremely wrong with this. There is something wrong with the fact that you want kids 12 and up, not 13, not 14, 12 and up, with no parent supervision around a person who's being accused of doing stuff like this. What is wrong with you people? And I don't mean you guys. I mean the again the you don't have the context, but I've been reading a few comments and things like that where some people are supporting this and they think that this person is in the right. Maybe I'm not as liberal as I thought I was, and I'm okay with that because if being liberal means that I'm gonna allow a person who is LGBTQS plus or straight or not straight or super straight or the straightest person out there or liberal or Republican or conservative, if I'm gonna allow them to have a topless swim for people ages 12 and up with no parents involved, my question is why don't you want the parents there? What are you trying to hide? That they're not gonna understand? What won't they understand? What is wrong with you? I really hope this is fake. I really do. I really hope that somebody's playing a prank on me. I had a few friends once. We, uh, I really like messing with this guy, so I made a fake website and I wrote a few fake articles. And it was really funny. I really hope somebody's doing that to me. But guess what? I don't think anyone is. I try to use a lot of examples that sort of, tippy-toed around really gray, questionable areas to give us some comparison. Some guy who's over 50 and dating some 18-year-old chick. That's not necessarily right, but hey, you can't help it. Uh, or, whatever examples I use. Just to really try to build a contrast here and make some really hyperbolic examples. But the thing is that no matter how we look at this, no matter what examples we put next to it, Yaniv is not looking like a good person. Maybe in Canada this is acceptable. If any of you 6 people are Canadian, if this is acceptable, can you please tell me why? Because this seems really really wrong to me. It's wrong on so many levels. If you're a parent and you look at a flyer that says, "Oh hey, pool party for 12-year-olds and up, topless, no parents allowed," and you're like, "That's a good idea. It's gonna support the cause." There is something wrong with you. But I think I got a little too emotional on this one. I hope my message comes across clearly that if these allegations are true, Yaniv is not a good person and is preying on innocent people. I really do hope so. It almost seems now, reading the few articles. Oh, and by the way, this article right here is written by Madeline Cairns. I'm so sorry, Madeline. And is a William F. Buckley Fellow in Political Journalism at the National Review Institute. She is from Glasgow, Scotland, and is a trained singer. Hey, trained singer. I love music. I wonder if she's... What the hell? What was that? Okay, there we go. Stop. All right. So, Canada's ball waxing horror show is peak transgender activism. The more I look into Yaniv and the things they are doing, and again, maybe next video I'll just show the comments that I'm talking about, but that would require me going back and looking for them, and I'm not about to do that. I really try to give some very gray examples, but the thing is that what Yaniv did is pretty straightforward. Allegedly. Uh, and now it seems that the whole waxing thing has a lot less to do with wanting to be treated like a woman, and a lot or whatever, a lot less to do with having access to what women have access to, and a lot more to do with looking for other people to prey upon. And again, these are just allegations, and I could be completely wrong. And if later on today I find a video or a news article that says, "Hey, these were all fake," I will spend an equal amount of time talking about that. But it's not looking good. And I really hope that no one is taking this seriously. And I really hope that the person who Yaniv asked for permission looked at Yaniv and said, "You're insane." Because that's like me saying, "I identify as a woman. All right, I'm going to have myself a topless party. I'm hoping to get some 12-year-olds in there, 13. You know what, 12 and up? Yeah, 12 and up sounds good, man. And you know what? Topless, no parents allowed now because they wouldn't understand. That just is so wrong. Again, Canadians, any Canadians out there, how are we looking at this from that side? How are you guys looking at this? Is this okay? Is this common? Is this a occurring thing? What are we looking at? Because I just can't. I can't anymore with this story. I'm gonna move on now. I'm gonna move on. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna check out some more stories. I came across a Fat Logic subreddit. I want to share with you guys, and that's it. I'm done with this, and I promise next time I'm actually gonna sit down and write out my thoughts so I don't sound so jumbled. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna go. I got a lot of cleaning to do today. Business is going pretty good. I'm super nervous about starting my ad campaign. I don't know why. Everything's been going well. I think I'm just afraid I'm gonna mess it up. Because if this one goes well, then if this goes really well, I would probably be set for life, and that's what I've been working so hard for. I think my biggest fear is success, because then that means I have to. But I'll talk about more about why I have issues with success later and how that's held me back a few times in the past. But for now, I just want to say, I really enjoyed talking into this microphone. I really enjoy those who are listening. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Uh, I if any of my examples made me look like I was some crazy psycho preying on innocent people, then I was trying to be hyperbolic. So I was trying to be really, really hyperbolic so I could create some sort of contrast and maybe give Yaniv the benefit of the doubt. But as you can see, it gets to the point where no matter how hyperbolic I get, Yaniv is just allegedly looking here like someone who's just preyed on innocent people. And again, like I said, if Yaniv, if we were to come out that Yaniv was dating some 18, again, California, some 18-year-old chick, and they had just happened to meet when the girl was 18 or the guy was 18, then there's really not much you can do about it. Age of consent, end of story. Like, they could join the army, they could do adult films, they could do whatever they want, except buy a handgun. There's not much we can say about that. It's just, it is what it is. We assume that that person made their conscious decision and consent to the relationship. But the problem here is that Yaniv was preying on some, again, allegedly, preying on some girl, basically trying to get her to have very sexually explicit conversations with her when the girl was 14, 15, 16. There's no gray area there. There's no gray area. It's looking really bad. But anyways, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to make another video today. I'm trying to do 2 videos a day because this is kind of fun. I'm going to start adding some more graphics. I got myself I obviously have Adobe Cloud. I'm going to start trying to put some things together so you guys don't just stare at the same thing for 30 minutes on end. I've been working on some movie scripts. Yesterday I saw a movie. I'll talk about that later. I realized how terrible of a writer I am, and I was so discouraged. But then I spent about 3 hours last night just writing, because I really do want to make those low budget horror movies. No, like horror action movies like Route 666 with Lou Diamond Phillips. But anyways, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for listening to me. Peace.